We have shout outs, by the way, to Becky Davis. Hi, Becky. Heidi Lindsay. Deborah's been with us since 2020. Thank you, Deborah. Daniel Eaton. I don't think I'm related to a Daniel, but if I am, what a name. Jamila Woodford. John Sebaksek. Sorry, John. Alex Howard and the Pontoon Amigos. Janet Johnson. Nicole Richmond. Tess Miller. Joyce Hinks. Josie Preston. And Annie Jordan. Yes, Annie Jordan ordered a shirt from Australia. Thank you. Cities where you all are watching from tonight: Wichita, Kansas; Afton, Wyoming; Carson City, Nevada; Fairhope, Alabama; Swan Valley, Idaho; Australia. What time is it in Australia? Oh, it's got to be midday, I think. St. Cloud, Minnesota; Aberdeen, Idaho. I have had the best mashed potatoes of my life in Aberdeen. I spoke at an event a few years ago, and the Mennonite women from the church there made the meal. Oh my gosh, those potatoes were incredible. I've told everybody, if you go to Aberdeen, find the Mennonite women. They cook, they like cater. You will not be disappointed. New Zealand, Canada, Lyons, Illinois, and White Rock, British Columbia. Thank you for watching. Okay, I just looked at our numbers, by the way, right now. I think we've had more people watching tonight than ever before, and I don't know why, and I just can't thank you enough. Corey, do all the donations go to Nate's candy addiction? No, Corey, they don't. I am eating less candy or trying to keep it under control. I have chocolate cherries in the fridge, but they don't. The donations, truth be told, and thank you to everybody who's donated, they go to our newsroom. They go to our newsroom so that we can hire new people, so that we can travel for stories, so that we can pay money to get court documents. Those documents that we post, that I share with you, we pay 50 cents a page every time we want them. It's not like we can just call up the court and send them. I spent 25 bucks last week getting court documents, so thank you. Do you think Lori's mad at you, Nate, for talking to Colby? I don't think so. I heard she was upset that I spoke to Summer last year, or upset at the contents of our conversation. So but I don't know if she's upset if I talked to Colby. Maybe she was. Maybe she's seen it. I don't know. Is Lori facing the death penalty in Arizona? She's not, because it is a conspiracy charge. Forrest, do you think Lori will have the emotional composure to represent herself through the whole trial, or do you think the judge will have someone else finish it for her? That's a good question. The judge, I don't think is going to jump in unless it really goes off the rails, and I don't think it will, but I do think that she can say, I'm going to let my advisory council take over. I don't think she will. I think she's seeing, especially seeing her question jurors today, I think she's seeing that this might be a little more challenging than she thinks, but I do not see her handing off the reins to somebody else. I could be wrong. Nate needs a Sam's Club gift card. This is from Snake Hips. He goes there to stock up on snacks, and we know Erica did not pack his suitcase because he forgot his belt and tie. That's funny. I do love Sam's Club. But guess what? I found my belt. My belt was under this chair, and I don't know how long it was there, but I found it this morning, and I said, today's going to be a good day because I found my belt. Meanwhile, I had already bought 2 other belts because I wanted to be sure I had a belt. Anyway, little personal there, but thank you. I found my belt, and I do love Sam's Club. Rabid Raccoon, would Lori or Chad be considered serial killers or spree killers? Would they have kept killing if they hadn't gotten caught? Who would have been next? Well, that's pure speculation, but, and I believe this definition of a serial killer is any death over 3. I read that somewhere. I don't know the source, though. I will say, I think if Alex had lived and continued to buy into their beliefs, and they ran out of money, and they would have run out of money fast because where they were in Hawaii was very expensive. I think Alex could have been next. I think that they may have taken out a policy on him, and he could have been next. And then maybe Zulema. In the early days, it looked like it might be Melanie's kids, perhaps her niece's children. Chad's kids never were anywhere near this, but I've often wondered your question of what would have happened had they never been caught. How would they have lived, like, financially? Would they have, like, gotten jobs? I don't know. That's a great question. Jordan says Lori and Chad still have followers. People are still in hiding because of them. Do you think she's wasting all this time and representing herself so she can get the witness list, phone number, and addresses? I don't think so. The I don't know what she would do with them, and I truly don't know how many followers they still have. They probably do. Obviously, they're not going to come forward and say I'm still following them, but there's always a fascination with murderers, with criminals. So maybe the following has changed from religion to this. Other than her parents, everyone on the witness list, like Nate, are people she believes have messed her up. I really hope she doesn't get Nate's address. You know, I'm worried for you. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if she has my address, but she knows where I work. And for a while there in the early on days, we did have extra security at my work and at my house when the police were driving by quite regularly. And we put up cameras at my house. And we still have them. So yeah, just to be safe. And if Alex had been out, if Alex had not died and been out after the confrontation in Hawaii, I really don't know what would have happened. Not saying that I was going to die, but I know the police were concerned for them. Susie, do you know how Lori's getting civilian clothes for the trial? I believe defense attorneys generally help with this, but she doesn't have one. I do know. I do know that she requested some of her clothes from Idaho and from her trial there. And I do know of a woman who is helping supply the clothes. Just a woman in public who has sent her the clothes, and I've been in touch with. She's a very nice lady. And yeah, so that's how she's getting the clothes. How will sidebars be handled during the trial if Lori's movements in the courtroom are restricted? Lisa asks this. How can the judge make a decision if and where Lori can stand when she's giving opening statements, closing arguments, and questioning witnesses? Well, I kind of discussed that earlier. The sidebars are handled with the headphones. Also, Lori can stay at her the table and go to the podium, and that's it. She is wearing a shock belt called the rack belt. And the deputy in there has a controller. Many of you have messaged me about this. Lori did not want to wear it. She brought this up yesterday. She said, Your Honor, they said that if there was extra security in here, I didn't need the shackles or the handcuffs or the rack belt. The judge said, sorry, my order is you're wearing the rack belt. And it's more than a jolt from what I've been told. It is a full-on tase, like a... Somebody sent me a very funny video. Well, never mind. A very funny video of a woman commenting on this and how if we see Lori start to, jolt, it's because of that rack belt. One day I'll do a story on the rack belt, but I won't get tased myself. Becky, is it possible for Lori to get Chad on the witness list? Not at this point. Witness list is old and done and deadlines passed, so Chad cannot testify. Would have been fascinating had she listed him. What would have happened, because I don't think they would have brought him over from Idaho. She would have had to really justify to the court how he could help her. Will you be staying in Arizona or traveling back and forth? From Janet, I will be staying in Arizona. However, I have decided I'm going to go home tomorrow because there's no court till Monday. So I'm going to leave tomorrow, but don't worry, we'll still do Courtroom Insider. I might just have a different background or, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but, yeah, I'm going to go home and it'll be nice to see my family. Shoot, if my kids are watching, I just gave away the secret. It was going to be a secret. Never mind. I might not go home. Otherwise, I'll be here for the duration, other than a couple weekends where I have things. Was Lori in handcuffs today? No. What's your go-to snack this year? And is Jordan with you filming? Tess, Jordan's coming out Saturday. Jordan will be here Saturday. He'll stay a few days and then he'll head back. He's going to make sure that our video system, that you get the video, and so if anything goes wrong, blame him, not me. No, he's so good at stuff like this. In fact, he wired into, or he went into my computer before I came on to make sure we didn't have any glitches tonight like last night. Come to find out, my computer was doing updates, but also there was a massive internet failure here in this hotel. And so we were offline till all day. Jordan just messaged and said, how is everything working? But yes, Jordan will be here and we'll have to have him do some videos. Do you think Lori did that interview with Keith to mess up jury selection? Perhaps. It didn't stick though. Who pays for the private investigators? The defense would, but I imagine she's like in Idaho, the defense is public defenders. They were authorized to hire an investigator, so he billed by the hour and the state paid. And I imagine that's the same here. It's not Lori. She doesn't have any money. Does the law require both men and women on the jury, or can Lori exclude women from the final 16? Well, you know, we don't know the back and forth. All that we know is the one that was removed from the final group said she had watched stuff on the news, or she had previous knowledge of the case. And she was a woman. And it just so happened that, I don't know though how those, maybe they listed out the ones they wanted and the judge compared and put them up there. That could have been done behind the scenes, but I don't know how it got where the jury was so heavily stacked with men. But, you know, that's how it is. Josie, I hope everyone has voted for Nate as Idaho's Person of the Year. No, you all deserve the Audience of the Year. Rachel talked about how Lori waived her appeals, but yeah, we heard Lori talk to the judge about her appeal attorneys in Idaho. Help us understand. So Lori waived the first initial, I forget what it's called. I reported on it. There's an initial thing you have to file within 30 or 60 days where you automatically ask the judge automatically takes a look at your case to make sure everything was done right. Lori waived that, which Jim Archibald, I believe, said that in all of his history, no one's ever done that. She waived it. So then it went straight to the appellate attorneys, which I believe are an automatic. They automatically review. So she didn't waive that. So she is working with an appellate attorney right now. I don't know how quickly that's going, simply because she's here and he's there. And I would imagine once Idaho's wrapped up, they'll focus on that. Or once Arizona's wrapped up, they'll focus on that in Idaho. And then she'll come back here for the Arizona stuff. The people who bought Chad's house had it demolished. How is the progress coming on their new vision of what will appear there? Have they even announced yet what they plan to do with the property? They have not yet. It's sitting there. You drive out there and it feels like a different place. Peaceful, quiet. I don't think they're in a hurry to rush it. And we'll see what happens, but there's no further updates on that. Margaret said, why do you call Lori Vallow almost every day? Maybe she's got you caught in her web. Be careful. Oh, I hope not, Margaret. Honestly, for reporting purposes, with Chad and Lori, it's easier to call one Vallow and one Daybell. But then she insisted that it's Daybell, so now they're both Daybells, so now I go with Lori and Chad. I've just done Vallow just because I should do Daybell. That's what they call her in court. It's not anything on purpose. In fact, if I was caught in her web, she'd want me to say Daybell because she's insistent on Daybell. So maybe I'm not in the web anymore. Maybe I'm secretly crawling out. Kelly says, why did Lori smile when they said your name, Nate? Did you see that? It's like she has you under her spell. Please be cautious. Two of you think she's got me wrapped up in her spell. She was smiling. I honestly didn't see that till I saw the video. I don't know why she was smiling. She smiles a lot. She walks in. She's the most cheerful person. She walks in, smiles. Hey, how you doing? She's very perky, very happy. Do you think there'll be a mistrial? I hope not, says Shannon. I hope not. This judge is running a pretty tight ship, but you never know. Are you worried about the gender makeup? So many men with flirty Lori, Christina says. I don't know. You know, some people have told me they think it'll backfire if she tries to flirt or, you know, woo them. I think that her behavior more than anything will either help or hurt her case. What do you think the smoking gun evidence in this case will be? Ooh, that's from Sarah. Well, the text messages before Charles died, the activities of Lori after he died, going to Burger King, going to get flip-flops, taking JJ to school. I think those are pretty damning. Donna, I thought I remembered you saying you'd love an opportunity to interview, and you've mentioned lately you've spoken to her a number of times. Were those moments off the record? Yeah, Donna, they were all off the record. And I hope one day I can report to you and that I can do an interview with her. I think it might happen. I hope so. Do you have a favorite podcast that you listen to decompress? From Tess. I listened to one yesterday. I honestly go to the most popular lists every morning just to see like what new ones come out. I listened to one. It's about a scam of some guys that rigged a fishing contest. I know it's weird, but it was pretty interesting. It was a true story. But I'll listen to news podcasts. I listen to the Daily every day, and I'll listen to other stuff. I'll listen to in-depth true crimes, but not like day of, like, here's the headline from true crime. What do you think about the sidebar techniques, Darrell? I think they're actually pretty effective. I think that was pretty genius for them to come up with, knowing that Lori couldn't approach and they needed a way to communicate, and they all just put on these headphones and talk. Pretty cool. Did Lori flirt with the men today? She did not. She didn't have a chance to go one-on-one with them. She presented herself in front of the jury. I think that maybe some of them were surprised to see, oh, wow, that is the defendant. Okay, if you have any more questions, please let me know. Questions for Rachel. Here is where you can find me. I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Twitter, and I'm on Insta, and I'm on YouTube. And for those of you watching on Meetin' the Eatons, my family's channel, thank you. I see that many of you are on there. I don't know why this came up on the screen, but sorry about that. We do want to take a minute and acknowledge Charles Vallow. Here is a photo of him with Colby Ryan on Colby's wedding day. We're here because of Charles Vallow, sadly, because he lost his life and he should be remembered. So hopefully justice will happen for Charles here in the coming weeks. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow here on Courtroom Insider. Would love to have you join us. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel to be caught up to date, and we will see you. I hope you have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye.